Mr. Speaker, members, when we first started this debate on Friday morning, I told you that this budget does four things. It lives within the available revenue that we had to work with. It does not rely on new taxes to pay for government programs and services. It does not spend a dollar of the Economic Stabilization Fund on any ongoing spending obligations. And finally, it reflects on the principles of limited government. This budget is the result of the worst recession that anyone in this room has ever experienced. Members, after over 25 hours of discussion and debate, reflected in the changes made by this body, I'm here to tell you that this bill still does each one of those things. Now, members, I know this bill is not perfect, and it is very hard to follow my very eloquent colleagues who have spoken against this bill. But Dr. Zerwas and Garnet Coleman, we know this bill does not address all the cost we face in health and human services. Lois and Sylvester, we know this bill does not contain significant cuts to our criminal justice system. And Representative Branch and Representative Villarreal, we know we have significant work to do in higher education and Texas grants. Representative Aycock and Representative Hochberg, as you well know, this budget still leaves many school districts facing steep reductions in state spending. But members, I will tell you, this budget does fund the essential services of state government within our available means. I believe this bill is an improvement from what it was when I first came to you in January and explained the bill. And I believe it can be improved further. And I believe it will be. We will continue to find savings to improve efficiencies and to look for new tax revenue to help meet some of our outstanding needs. But in order to do these things, we must continue to move this bill forward through the process. Members, passing this bill today is a vital next step in the process. Before I ask you to vote, I want to thank many members here on the floor that has worked so hard and have gotten us here today. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for giving the members of Appropriation the opportunity to work on this bill. And to Denise Davis and Lisa Kaufman and Andrew Blifford and Chris Griesel and the rest of the Speaker's staff, I want to thank you. John O'Brien and Wayne Pulver and everyone else at the LBB has spent many, many hours working on this bill with us. Amy Peterson and the staff of the committee, Nelda, Heather, Hunter, Joaquin, Jonathan, and Blake have been with us through all of this process and spent many hours with us. But most of all, I want to thank the members of the Appropriations. To my friend Sylvester Turner, who has worked really hard on this bill to make it better and will continue to work hard to make it better. Our talented subcommittee members, John Zerwas, Drew Darby, John Otto, Scott Hochberg, and Jimmy Don Aycock, thank you for working so diligently for over 200 hours on this bill. And Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for giving us a fantastic and hard-working committee. No one complained about meeting at 7 o'clock or working till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. No one complained about meeting on Saturday or Sunday when we had to. We were all hard-working individuals to make this bill better. But members, I ask you today to vote yes for the committee substitute of House Bill 1. but I want to promise you that we will do everything we can in conference committee to bring back a better bill. With that, Mr. Speaker, I move passage.
Mr. Speaker,
Gallego, for what purpose?
I move that the remarks by Mr. Pitts and the other members who spoke on House Bill 1 be reduced to writing and placed in the journal.
Members, you've heard the motion. Is there objection? Chair hears none. So ordered.
And Mr. Speaker, before the vote shows a difference of opinion, I'd ask that one more time the House in unanimity show its appreciation to Mr. Pitts and to the members of the committee who have worked so hard to produce a bill.
Thank you, Mr. Gallego.